It is unfortunate when people disappear in mysterious ways without knowing what happened to them. But worse than that is when investigations and inquiries end with a series of open questions without knowing the fate of the missing. The Spanish magazine Muy Interesante presented in this report strange disappearance stories that still represent a puzzling mystery today. Baroness of Galapagos. The case of the disappearance of the young Austrian Eloise Verboren, nicknamed the Baroness of Galapagos, is the most mysterious in history. She disappeared in 1935 on the remote Floriana Island, located in the Galapagos archipelago in the eastern Pacific Ocean. Floriana Island gained notoriety after being colonized by a German couple named Friedrich Ritter and Dora Strauch in 1929, who lived in a house made of stone and wood. This was a strong factor in attracting other German families to live on this island away from crowded cities. Eloise Verboren arrived on the island in 1933 with her young German lover Robert Philipson, Rudolf Lorenz, and a servant from Ecuador. News of Verboren and Philipson completely ceased on March 27, 1934, until their mummified bodies were found months later on one of the islands after their ship sank. Investigators suspect that Lorenz may have killed the Baroness and her lover with the help of some other settlers on the island to hide the evidence of the crime, but this case remains unexplained or conclusive to this day. The magazine reported the story of the disappearance of college student Leah Roberts, 23, in March 2000 after she decided to go on a trip and took all her belongings, including her cat, but did not inform anyone of this decision. Her car was discovered abandoned on the side of the road in Whatcom County, Washington. Despite the severity of the incident Leah's car was involved in, where it collided with a bridge, no traces of blood were found, and all her belongings scattered at the scene, without any trace of her or her cat. A week later, the police received a call from a man claiming he saw a woman matching Leah's description at a gas station several kilometers from the accident site, but he ended the call before providing further details, so Leah's case remains mysterious to this day. Unidentified body. In December 1948, an unidentified man's body was discovered on a beach south of Adelaide, and the mystery of this case increased when the coroner suspected that the man may have been poisoned. The police also found a secret code in a piece of paper that was in his pocket, which led them to associate this crime with a foreign espionage network operating in Australia. It was written on the paper Tamam Shid, which are Persian words meaning the end, referring to the last line of one of the pages of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. The magazine discussed the case of the mysterious disappearance of Corina Zagres on November 21, 1987. She was a 26-year-old woman from Mount Holly, South Carolina, in the United States, who reportedly did not go to work, and her car was found in front of a farm in the town. In the following year, her 8-year-old daughter, Annette, mysteriously disappeared on her way to school in front of the same farm, and the police found a note written under duress, and handwriting experts indicated that Annette likely wrote it. The magazine mentioned the story of an American citizen named Cynthia Anderson, who was 20 years old. Cynthia went to her job as a legal secretary at a law firm in Ohio, but disappeared as soon as her bosses arrived at work on the morning of August 4th, 1981. Her car was found in front of the office, but her keys and bag were missing. The magazine talked about another disappearance incident that occurred on the morning of February 14th, 2000, when the parents went to wake their 9-year-old daughter Asha, but could not find her. Although Asha shared a room with her brother, he claimed he had no idea what happened to her. Later, witnesses reported seeing a girl matching Asha's description walking along the road around 4 a.m., which led them to believe she may have run away. The mystery of the story increased when Asha's belongings were found 1.5 kilometers from her home, and a year and a half later, Her backpack was discovered 40 kilometers from her home, containing some of her belongings wrapped in garbage bags. Mary Shotwell Little. The magazine pointed out the case of Mary Shotwell Little, a newlywed who worked as a secretary at a bank. She mysteriously disappeared after having dinner with a friend on the night of October 14th, 1965. Her car was found the next day in the same place where they had dinner, with traces of blood inside. The following day, Mary's fuel credit card was used at 2 different gas stations in Charlotte and Raleigh, with employees at both locations reporting seeing a disheveled woman matching Mary's description with 2 men.